Alright, so War for the Planet of the Apes is out in theaters now, and I saw this like a month ago, so maybe I'll be a little hazy on a couple small details. So I won't mention every single thing, but I do want to talk spoilers. I remember pretty much all the movie, just some small details might escape my mind. Okay, so in this movie, we start out and we see this new these apes have built kind of like their new civilization after their old ones kind of fallen. And Caesar is broken. As I said in my original review, Caesar just looks like a broken person and slash ape. I don't say person for this, but a broken person. But he's commanding these apes still. Obviously, he's still their leader. But you could tell he's seen some crap. But humans went to kill apes because Kova started this big war with humans. So Caesar has to finish it. On behalf of Koba, really. It's kind of Koba's fault that Koba's a prick. But anyway, so they capture some humans and one ape that has kind of defected to the human side, per se. Basically, all these followers of Koba who lived went to the human side, supported the humans, and he spares all of them. Caesar spares all these people, which will come into play later on. Alright, so this military personnel, led by Woody Harrelson, ambushed the apes like a little hideout, and Woody Harrelson in particular kills Caesar's wife and son. Not his baby son is still alive. Cornelius, throwback to the original. Anyway. But he kills his wife and son, and that's why I said in my original review the Western themes come into play, the interesting Western vibes with the revenge plot, because he's like, I want revenge, and it brings up an interesting point later on about how he's kind of turning into Koba, and he's becoming that, but it's like he's like, I need to get my revenge, so it's like he's conflicted with that later on in the movie, but eventually Caesar sends all these apes to like this nice pride land, basically, where they're gonna live now. But Caesar, along with Maurice and a couple others, go out to get their revenge. And along the way, they find Nova, also a throwback to the original movie. I don't know if these are tied in or not, because there's some continuity errors when you want to tie them in. So, with the originals. Anyway, but Nova is this little girl who can't speak, and throughout the movie you're like, why can't they speak? Unless you remember the original Planet of the Apes very well, and you're like, oh, that's that thing, because it doesn't explain it till later. Woody Harrelson spills the beans when Caesar is captured by him, along with pretty much all his fellow apes who feel betrayed by him now since they've been captured. But yeah, they're all basically imprisoned. It turns into the Shawshank Redemption. This is where most of the movie takes place, which may jar some people, but I thought it worked really well. Alright, so yeah, Woody Harrelson eventually spills the beans in this monologue about how he had to kill his son because he had this virus that's in everybody, and that was really touching. That was deep. That worked. That's his best scene in the movie, I think. That scene and his death scene eventually. We'll get to that in a minute. But no. He has this monologue, and he's telling Caesar that the virus that wiped out not all the humans, but a lot of the humans, is kind of coming back for a second wave, and is making us humans basically dumb. We're starting to lose our ability to speak. We're basically becoming what the humans were in the original Planet of the Apes movie, just dumb people. And the apes are now rising to intelligence, and you get the gist. But Woody Harrelson's like, yeah, we gotta kill all these apes or put them to work at least, or something, because what are we gonna do when the human race gets taken over by apes? So we can't let that happen, so we gotta kill you, and it's this big thing. Okay, so he basically beats Caesar for the next 10-15 minutes of the movie. Not actually physically beats him, but he puts him through a lot of torture. Along with some of the helper apes add on to it. It's pretty intense. But later on, Maurice and Nova and Bad Ape, who I just forgot to mention here. Bad Ape, I was not a fan of, as you know in my review. I know a lot of people are. I understand. Wasn't a fan of Bad Ape. Okay. But I don't know. They attempt to have this big rescue mission. And a few things I've heard about this movie from other people has been, oh, the guards are too dumb. I attest that to the fact that this virus is making humans dumb. So these guards... Well, also these guards aren't necessarily all military personnel, like back before the virus hit. They could have been freaking plumbers or something, I don't know. Electricians, I mean, they're not really capable of being guards, so I give that a pass. But anyway, the apes do distract them and eventually get out, and there's this like all-out battle that takes place because the apes are trying to get away. While the apes are doing this, the Caesar goes up to Woody Harrelson's like little hideout, not really hideout, but his little room, basically. And Woody Harrelson has like that doll Nova was carrying around, and he's not able to speak now. The virus has gotten to him. He can't speak now, and he's and he wants to kill himself. And Caesar like almost kills him. He almost shoots him, but he's like, nope. You can deal with this yourself. Woody Harrelson shoots himself. That's the end of that. But, yeah. So, yeah, Woody Harrelson's dead. Now Caesar has to blow up this camp, basically. So Caesar's, like, running with grenades, and he gets shot by one of the people he spared at the beginning of the movie, which comes into play now. And one of the helper apes, basically, shoots the guy that shot Caesar with a grenade launcher, and he's just like, "You rock, Caesar." He doesn't say that, obviously, but like they have this like look of respect to each other. And then that dude gets shot, and like it's really violent too. You just see the blood splat. It's like, God, this is dark. But no, then Caesar throws a grenade at the thing the gas tank that blows everything up. Okay, so yeah, Caesar's running, and I'm like, is Caesar gonna die here? And he didn't die then. So I was like, okay, so Caesar's probably going to live through this movie. Okay, later on, we have the apes returning to this this valley that they're going to live in now. And Caesar's shot and bleeding out still. So he says his last words to Maurice. It's a really sad scene. Maurice is like, your son will remember who you are, or who his father was, and what he did for the apes. And then Caesar dies. It's like a 5-minute scene, but like, Caesar dies, and that's really the end of the movie. It's like, he's dead, and then there's like a pan up to the sky, and then cut to credits. It's like, I was like, whoa, okay. I was like, that's almost abrupt, but it kind of works for this movie. And that's basically War for the Planet of the Apes in a nutshell. This isn't like, I didn't talk about every single detail. I didn't talk about Bad Ape a lot, or anything like that. But I wanted to get the main points out of the way. But no, I really, really loved War for the Planet of the Apes. It's one of my favorite movies of the year so far. It's in my top 2 or 3, probably. I haven't made a list. I don't have a ranking list, so we'll figure it out at the end of the year where this lands. But this will probably be in my top 10 of the year. I love this movie. But yeah, so that's my spoiler review for War for the Planet of the Apes. Definitely go check this out if you haven't already. It just came out, like, last night, so last night was Thursday, so yeah, definitely check out War for the Planet of the Apes. Check out Baby Driver while you're at it, because that's a fantastic movie as well. As far as upcoming reviews, I'm seeing Dunkirk on Monday. I'm seeing Atomic Blonde, I think, on Wednesday. So look for reviews for those. Alright, so that's my spoiler review for War for the Planet of the Apes. So